Hello besties, welcome back to my channel Sarvani YT. This is Sarvani, you know that by now. I hope you enjoy this video, and this video is an explanation for chapter 2 from the book Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. So let's begin. This chapter is called The Tree of Knowledge, and in this chapter the writer talks about human cooperation and why humans could form such huge communities and even nations. So the reason he gives are four, and they are language, first thing, socio-political structures, our imagination, and finally trade. So let's begin with the very first topic, which is language. So there are two questions about language. The first one, how did we develop language? And the second one, how did language help us to form such huge communities? Answering the first question, we developed language by telling about lions, mountains, and edible plants, and bisons which we can hunt. So basically about talking about our surroundings. And the second way how we develop language is by gossiping about one another. This is what this book states. Answering the second question, that how language helped us to form huge communities. We have this distinct power to use the words and form unique sentences with unique meanings, and language helped to communicate with one another. And communication is the key of cooperation. That is how language helped us to form huge nations and huge communities. So the second reason that this book gives that why we have such strong cooperation with one another is our socio-political structures. So our socio-political structure are independent of our genetic growth. For example, the male chimps and the female bonobos. The male chimps are ruled by the alpha males, and bonobos are ruled by female alliances. So the female chimps can't learn from the female bonobos, and they can't strike and decide that we are going to fight against this male regime. They can't do that. But us humans, we can observe one another and change our socio-political orders. For example, the French Revolution and the fight for democracy in India, we observe other countries, we observe other tribes, say at that time, and we induce new socio-political structures in our lifestyles. The third thing that this book talks about is our imagination. Basically, what does the writer mean by imagination? He means that we have the capability of imagining things which do not exist, like gods and demons and a company, right? So take example of Tata Industries. So Tata Industries is just a figment of our collective imagination. You can sell all the shares of that company and still the company itself would remain intact. Meaning that the company isn't an existing body, it's just a part of our collective imagination. And such is the example of gods and demons. It helps us to form cultures and connect with each other, trust each other. All the religions we have in this world, they help us to cooperate with one another. So the final thing that we are going to talk about is trade. The people at that time used to trade various things from one another, and this increased relations, this increased communication, and hence we could cooperate on a large scale. But then again, we trade only if we trust the other person. So this trust came from collective imagination, trusting in gods, trusting in demons, trusting in the same system, right? So that's how trade was developed. I find this book really interesting. This book is a must read, but those who are afraid of reading thick books, I am explaining this book for them. And chapter 3 is going to come very soon, and stay tuned. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share these videos with other people who are afraid of reading thick books. I was one of them, but then I got over it. So, bye-bye.